Hello everyone. In this video I will present you my definitive version of the Forbidden Rite Selfcast occultist build. So before anything else, I want to say that this is a version I worked on for over a month to min-max, and it cost me about 3.5 thousand exiles to put all together. So this is obviously not a budget version of the build. It is of course possible to play this build on a budget, but it's not the point of this video. If you are interested in my version of the build and the changes I made to it, I will do a review of my build at the end of the video. Timestamps will be in the description. A quick talk about 3.17 before we jump into the Uber content showcase. So from what I've read in the patch note, it looks like there are no real changes to the build for next league. The only noticeable thing was a change to cast speed modifier for some items, especially rings, which is actually a small buff for us. We will have to wait for the full patch note to be released in a few days, but it looks like the build will be untouched. I will now let you enjoy some Uber content I've done with this mirror tier Forbidden Rite build, and see you at the end of the video for the build review.
must enjoy our
And welcome back everyone. I hope you enjoyed this little boss slaughter. Let's now jump into the build review. So in this final version of the build I am using 12 power and 12 frenzy charges, and it is capable of doing over 150 million DPS on endgame bosses. Let's now talk about the defenses of this build. So it has 90% physical damage reduction with up to 43k armor. All the elemental resistances are capped of course. 90% chaos resistance with up to 500 life regen. You also have a bunch of life gain on hit through the Watcher's Eye, the Vitality mod. 50% of elemental damage taken as chaos damage through Divine Flesh, which is the Xibaqua Timeless Jewel. A good 6k life, 20% less damage taken when Berserk is up, and a big juicy 10k Molten Shell Shield. You also have a little bit of life leech through Revitalizing Darkness, which is a small node from Timeless Jewel. Let's continue with the quality of life features of the build. So since this is a chaos damage type of build, you won't have any problem with Reflect. You will be immune to curses, stun and all elemental ailments, as well as bleeding and corrupted blood. You will have 100% critical strike chance all the time, and all of your spells will cost 0 mana besides Forbidden Rite, which cost in my case 4 mana, but the mana regen covers that easily. You will have 115% movement speed with up to 285% in combat. You will always have 15 stacks of Wither on enemy due to the Timeless Jewel, Small Node Ritual of Shadow. You can also see the price I paid or what it cost me to craft all my items in the notes section. The link will be in the description. Lastly, let's take a look at my tree and some of my items. For the tree, some noticeable changes are the pathing at the beginning of the tree. So you can see here I dropped all the critical strike chance node for spells to path here and gain a few skill points. Then I changed both my large cluster jewels for 35% effect, maximum life, cast speed and unholy grace. Then I also got myself 3 megalomaniac cluster jewel. All of them have Born of Chaos, which allow me to get 90% chaos resistance with low skill points investment. Then moving down we have my second large cluster jewel, which is the same. And the last medium cluster is an area damage with Towering Threat and Vast Power. On the right we still have the classic Divine Flesh setup with Revitalizing Darkness and Ritual of Shadows. So one of the biggest change I've made is to actually drop all this part of the tree. In this spot usually there's an unnatural instinct, so I dropped all of those points to go on the left of Marauder side and grab some more life and some more armor and life, and also to get a nice Crimson Jewel. Lastly, in order to achieve 12 power and frenzy charges, I crafted myself 2+1 power charge implicit rings. And that's about it. Those were the most important changes I've made to the build, but if you want to know every little details about my gear, feel free to check my pub. Link will be in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you in the next one.